Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talk Wrestling here on NoDQ.com and, of course, the Jeff Meacham Network and their respective Twitter pages. How is everybody doing today? Looks like we got people filing in here after NXT. Not the greatest outing by the 2.0 brand, but not a horrible show, I guess, right? Anyway, we're not going to talk too much about that. We're going to get into the news and all the shenanigans of the last few days. First thing I want to do before I do anything else, and I should get that loaded in there. So let me go ahead and go here. I know I'm like live and I'm doing this as I do, but it is what it is. Okay. Thank you. Hope everybody had a great Tuesday. I know if you watched that boy, that thing is way off. You can see the room. That's awesome. Okay. There we go. Hi. Okay. We're live, like I said. Anyway, so if you watched Sackboy Sports Bar on my channel today, which again I greatly appreciate, thank you for doing that. Got a lot of stuff going on the Renegade channel, on my channel, on ODQ.com coming up in the next little while. So before we do anything, if you missed Friday's SmackDown review, if you missed Aaron's show last night or any of my shows the last couple of days, I do want to throw it out there one more time. Congratulations to the boss, Aaron, and his lovely bride, Caitlin. They got hitched on Friday. Congratulations to both my dear friends. I'm very, very happy for everybody involved. I cannot wait to get out there in the springtime, hopefully, if things work out and the COVID behaves itself, that we get to go out there and do this ceremony proper. And again, love you both. Congratulations to Aaron and Caitlin. All right. So we had a super chat come in. Thank you very much, Caleb, with an $8.10 super chat. Thank you. When do you think Braun Breaker will be NXT champion? I said this when I was on with Aaron talking about Braun Breaker and about NXT in general. Let it breathe, guys. I mean, he's just now on the shows. So give him a chance to develop, see where the character goes, right? You know, don't be in a hurry to have this guy grow up too fast. You know, he's still very, very green, you know, as far as his time in the business. He's still very, very young in the business. So don't be in a rush, you know. He'll get there. You know, I like the character. I like the guy. I like what I see. And hopefully it'll be at the right time, not just because it feels, you know, like the fans want it, so we got to do it. That's kind of ridiculous. JJ's in the chat room. Hello, JJ. Good to see you there. And Aaron, you're more than welcome. Like I said, brother, I told you both this in private, and I'll tell everybody on the air right now. I have never seen you in my 19 years of working with you and our friendship happier than I've seen you since you've been with Caitlin. So it's awesome. So cool. Very cool. Braun is awesome, Caleb. He's definitely awesome. There's no doubt about it, but we have to just let the character develop. You know, TJS was on with us a few weeks ago on the NoDQ review. You know, let it play out, man. Just let it happen. Let it be, guys. I promise you, when the time is right, if the timing is right and the execution is proper, it'll be tremendous on the air. He could very well be the North American champion first, but, you know, it really depends how they do with Carmelo. You know, he's a great North American champion right now. He's claiming to be that A champion. We saw it all throughout the course of the night tonight. So I, for one, am curious where they're going to go with that character as well. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about on Talk Wrestling, since it is a wrestling show, is Aaron kind of super jumped me a little bit there, announcing the voting for the Hall of Fame was open. I had a trailer that I was running over the weekend, but he ended up putting it up before Monday. I figured he put it up November 1st, but that's cool. So what I want to do first is officially here on the NoDQ.com channel and on my channel, since we recognize the NoDQ Hall of Fame as our sort of Hall of Fame as well on the Jeff Meacham Network, is to announce what Aaron has announced so far. The nominees for the 3 categories announced so far. The first one, which went up a couple days ago, was for male superstar of the NoDQ.com Hall of Fame. There you see the nominees: Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Bret Hart, CM Punk, and Bryan Danielson. And Brian, I love that Aaron spelled Brian's first name wrong. It's been Bryan, whether he was Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan. That makes me chuckle so much because we've worked with that guy. I find that funny. Anyway, there are your nominees. You can go to NoDQ.com right now and check in the poll and click who you want to be nominated. I think we're going to announce the winners on December 1st. Don't quote me. I'm not like in the circle anymore of doing this, but I also know we're going to do the NoDQ.com 2021 year-end awards around December 1st as well. So we're going to get those in as we go. And then for female superstar, and people could not wait to jump on this one because they were just all up in arms about it. We have Medusa, aka Alundra Blaze, Charlotte Flair, Sable, Bianca Belair, Bayley, and Sasha Banks. And man, okay. As a longtime fan and a one-time promoter of female wrestling, my goodness. How is Deuce not the choice, right? She is a pioneer. She was a trailblazer, no pun intended. Of course, that's the name of her documentary, of course. Of these 6 women, I have to go with Medusa first. And then honestly, as much as people pan Sable and her, leaving the company the way she did and coming back the way she did and everything, I put her second. The 4 remaining ladies are still active. Yes, Bayley's hurt right now, but she's still on the active roster. They need a chance for their legacies to play out. And, Bianca is a main eventer this year. She main event WrestleMania, so that definitely puts her in the upper echelon. But, a lot of the choices for these Hall of Fame picks, again, for no DQ, I chuckle because there's current people and a lot of people that have been, stars in the past, deceased or not, that are already in. I just shake my head. But anyway. And then for deceased superstar in the 2021 Hall of Fame, the nominees that Aaron put up this year are the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, Roddy Piper, our friend, our dear friend, the one of our many, actually we have Dusty on too, but former NoDQ.com media guest, the 9th one in the world herself, Joni Lauer China. Again, Jay, I don't know. I know Aaron takes the nominees for these categories from the fan votes, so I don't know, honestly. And I do agree with that. Let me get that picture off there with you, Manuel, that it should be for non-active wrestlers, but I don't make the choices. Again, I'm just relaying the messages. Anyway, so for deceased superstars, I said we were at Dusty and Roddy and Joni, and then New Jack, who passed away this year. Another friend of the channel, Daphne Younger, who also passed away this year, and Brody Lee, who passed away at the end of last year. So there are your choices for the deceased superstar. If I'm choosing this year's winner, like it's a big, ooh, I'm the best dead person. It sounds crass, but it is what it is. My choice would probably be Dusty as well. I went with Manuel's choice there. Dusty's been a favorite. He was on the show many years ago, as I'm sure you longtime fans will remember. But anyway, so there are the Hall of Famers as Hall of Fame as of now. There's going to be many more categories. Actually, there should be 2 more categories. Non-wrestler will be up, I'm assuming, next, and then tag team / faction. So keep that in mind as we go along here the next few days. And then you have the entire month to vote on those polls. So go over to NerdQ.com, check them out. And I know Piper, Jay, I know, we all know we love Roddy in the Casa, in the Brotherhood, but, Dusty and Joni. Both are really, both of them. Anyway, so I want to touch on a few news bits that came through the pike today, the last couple days, I should say. Let me get that news bit up here first because I want to talk about the actual news before I talk about the drama. Apparently, it was revealed on social media and through Aaron on NoDQ.com that 5 different people were removed from the active Impact Wrestling roster page. One of them came as no surprise, Tommy Dreamer. He's been on suspension for what happened with the Dark Side of the Ring episode about the plane ride from hell. He's been on for lack of a better term, thin ice. So he's on the roster anymore. TJP, who actually his contract ended not too long ago with Impact. He is now, I think, working independently. I think he's taking bookings. So there's that. No Way Jose, of course, was there briefly, and now he's back off contract. Taylor Wilde, who just came back not too long ago, they apparently have removed her from the roster, and Petey Williams. But over the weekend, it was noted by NoDQ.com and several news outlets that Petey actually had a tryout as a WWE producer. So we at NoDQ we've seen Petey in person many times at PWG, and we've watched him on pay-per-view over the years with Impact. So he will be a great producer if he gets that role. No doubt about it. So let's see. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about, they brought up, Aaron brought up the report about the next pay-per-view under the quote unquote NXT 2.0 banner, and the discussion about if they're going to retain the TakeOver name. The tentative date right now for the next TakeOver, is what they're calling it anyway, is December 5th, which is a Sunday. I know the NWA is running that weekend. I think they're running the 4th, if I remember right. So that I think that's when they're going to have Hard Times 2 is December 4th. I could be wrong. But I'm not 100% sure. But the thing is, with the revamping and calling it TakeOver, calling it NXT 2.0, are they going to retain the TakeOver name? That is the question. And as we saw at the over the course of the last 2 hours, the champions going into whatever the show is going to be called. Tommaso Ciampa, of course, is your NXT champion, the world champion. I still say that. Tag team champions as of last week, Eichner and Bartel from Imperium. Carmelo Hayes, the North American champion, Roderick Strong, cruiserweight champion, and the women's singles and tag team champions, Toxic Attraction, Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane. So there's where we're at on that brand. All right, now I'm gonna get into the toxicity of the fandom. Good grief, this freaking mess that I saw. I'm gonna read exactly what was written on the report, because I don't want to, I don't wish to. Can I make that good? I can't make that thing. That little ticker doesn't go any faster, does it, Aaron? Okay, I gotta find out where that news was, because it was news. It was classified as news, even though it's just a bunch of drama and nonsense. But apparently, Sasha was promoted for tour in the UK coming up here in the next little while, and basically she was said the boss will see you now, or something to that effect. And the Britt Baker fans, or Britt herself, replied back promoting her merch, or I'm trying to get the report to load. I'm sorry this is taking too long. There it is. There we go. So Sunday, WWE promoted Sasha Banks for the upcoming United Kingdom tour with the following caption: "The boss will see you now," with a little briefcase emoji. And Britt Baker responded with a quote retweet that promoted her AEW merchandise on there. Sasha's fans were not happy about this, apparently, and responded to Britt. One fan wrote to Britt that nobody cares about you, quote, "You can't even lace Sasha's boots." Another fan wrote that Adam Cole's girlfriend trying to milk some relevance out of WWE is just pathetic. A fan even went as far as to write, "Someone get this white woman." Wow. And other fans accused Baker of stealing Bayley's, quote, role model catchphrase. All right. So this is why that quote is famous, that the worst thing about wrestling is the wrestling fans. Why does it have to be an attack? Why does it have to be that there's drama and bullshit stirred up? Sasha was promoted using what has been Britt Baker's, theme song quote. "The doctor will see you now. The boss will see you now" is a direct reference to that in the eyes of of Britt and her fans. So it's ridiculous that Britt would naturally capitalize on that. That's just good marketing. That's just smart strategy by Britt Baker and whoever's, doing the social media for AEW. Hey, they used our quote. Let's go ahead and piggyback off it. But for people to personally attack Britt Baker and nobody cares about you, you can't let me tell you something about people that care about Britt Baker. I was on that cruise, and when Britt Baker walked out every single time, all 4 nights of wrestling, that girl got a pop like almost nobody except the level of like Jericho and maybe Orange Cassidy. That girl is OVER. Over. Okay. Number 1. Number 2, I was witness to one autograph / photo opportunity line. I was part of another one, both involving Britt Baker and Orange Cassidy and the Gun Club and Chaos Project. The lines for both Britt Baker and Orange Cassidy were out the dining room door and around the boat. And I was told when I went to mine, you're going to have to pick one. Because if you pick Orange Cassidy, you won't get Britt Baker. The line's too long. You won't get there in time. Same with Britt Baker. If you pick her, you won't get Orange Cassidy. That's how popular she is. So nobody cares about her? Bullshit. Britt is over. She is an amazing talent, and she does incredible things for AEW. And you know what? She's intelligent as hell. She has a degree in dentistry. So for those of you that, it's Adam Cole's girlfriend getting herself over too, she's intelligent as hell. She's got the look, and she can wrestle. So you guys are ridiculous. Let's see. What else do we have here? Adam Cole's girlfriend trying to milk some relevant. Okay. Adam Cole's in AEW, guys. He doesn't care. Okay. So it's just ridiculous. And yeah, there was a lot of quotes coming in, so somebody said, somebody get this white woman, and it's just so toxic. I mean, all these, for lack of a better term, they're calling them Sasha stans. It's just hideous that people just can't get over them damn selves. And I'm going to totally single out this person because I'm just that much of upset about this. At the Don, DONBARBI 2E's Barbie, the Don Barbie. You need to either get off social media or get some serious counseling. You made it a race thing, which is just awful. Just awful. That's so deplorable. All those fans that went out, and the report on NoDQ.com has 88 comments. And the top comment's the best one. I love it. God, this generation of wrestling fans is the absolute worst. I've been doing this almost 20 years, and we have dealt with all kinds of fans over the years. Doing these podcasts, live streams, videos, audio shows, whatever you want to call it, right? It's awful how wrestling fans can't just realize it's just a television show, guys. It's a medium of entertainment. Are you really going to go out and attack Brad Dourif for the things that his character says on Chucky? Are you going to go out there and attack Chris Jericho because you don't like one of the lyrics of Fozzie's songs? No, you guys are just ridiculous. Wrestling fan, and let me get it. I got a super chat here from Psycho Jet Black. So let me go and throw it up there. Wrestling stands. Thank you for the $2, by the way, Psycho Jet Black. Thank you. Wrestling stands. It's still real to them, damn it. And I get that. They are. Yeah. There are some pretty hardcore sports fans, especially here in Los Angeles. Just we are a loyal bunch here in LA with our sports teams, and I'm not saying it's right, but I will say that I hope the cheating bastard Astros lose tonight because the Braves are beating them right now, and they're a bunch of cheaters. But yeah, this whole thing blowing up because Britt took the opportunity to promote her merchandise because a variation of her theme song's catchphrase was used. It blows up into this whole stand thing, race thing. It's just ridiculous that people need to attack like that. Being an LA guy and having the Raider Nation up in my space, I will still say the Star Wars fans, I'm not saying worse or bad or whatever. The Star Wars fans are by and large the most hardcore, loyal, dedicated fan base I think I've ever seen in sport or entertainment. The Star Wars fans are my opinion, they're crazy. But then again, I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a Star Trek fan, so I can't. I have no speaky whatsoever. The Star Wars fans are definitely the most loyal bunch, without question. Psycho Jet Black. All right, now that I've got on my little soapbox here for a minute, I'm gonna go ahead and run up. Let's see. Since Britt decided to cause a stir by promoting, I'm gonna do the exact same thing, and I'm gonna promote movies because I said this yesterday when I made my decision. I decided I'm gonna start checking off the boxes of the list of movies I haven't seen that I should see, or movies that I just want to see or want to watch or whatever. And taking Tom Hanks' filmography is never a bad thing. He's got great movies. Maybe the one yesterday, not so much. But our buddy JJ over at the Toxicity Studios is doing a second month of Tom Hanks' filmography, and here's what he is doing this month on the Renegades Reviews. So there you go with JJ's choices for November. For the record, you can catch replays of two of those reviews on the Jeff Meacham Network. That'll be this coming Friday, actually. His review of Nothing in Common with Tom Hanks and the legendary Jackie Gleason. It's actually Jackie's last movie. So that'll be cool to watch when I watch it Friday. Our replay of that'll be at 7 o'clock Eastern. His original review will be at 6 o'clock over on his channel, the Toxicity Studios, as well as 2 weeks from Friday, Saving Mr. Banks, which, of course, is the story of Walt Disney's attempt to get the rights to Mary Poppins from P.L. Travers. A great, great movie. Yeah, a little dramatized, I'm not going to lie, but actually that'll feature myself and JJ, along with our buddy Sapboy from Sapboy Sports Bar. We'll all be talking about Saving Mr. Banks because we're all major Disney dorks. So, matter of fact, I'll be talking about more about Disneyland a little bit here. And then at the end of the month, November 30th, the last review he does will be going into Christmas. So I'll be on to join him for his review of the Polar Express, which I absolutely adore. That's what coming up with Mr. JJ. So, let's see here. You know what? It's funny. We talked about that yesterday, that he purposely chose movies that he had more than a fleeting cameo in. Which is why the Simpsons movie is not on that list. But we will get to the Simpsons movie, I'm sure, on Renegades Reviews. It's got to happen at some point. I actually did know about Peter Caleb. I mentioned it yesterday that he's part of our In Memoriam montage at the end of the year on our anniversary show coming up on January 1st. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. The Big C just keeps racking up numbers. It's terrible. I just, cancer is such a bitch. I can't even. Ugh. Anyway, so that is what's coming up for Mr. Williams coming up in the next 29 days now, because we're already at the end of actually 28 days. Remember, 30 days has September, April, June, May. So that is really it. I was just seeing if we had any questions or whatever in the chat room. It's been a busy week and a half or so. Like I said, I just got the Jericho cruise. I did my show here last week on this channel. Didn't do it on my network because I was trying to keep them separate, but I decided that I'm going to have Talk Wrestling be simulcast on both, which is why you're seeing me on both channels tonight. And again, I appreciate everybody tuning in late. I know it's after 10, almost 10:30 for you guys on the East Coast. Not as late as last night's Renegades recap, because freaking Raw. Oh God, Raw's so long. it's funny. We have people in the industry now saying, God, they need to take off that 3rd hour Raw. You listen to JBL, guys. If it's not for the ad revenue, that 3rd hour is gone. It's just the ad revenue is what has WWE keeping the 3rd hour of Raw intact, and for better or worse. And right now it's for worse. It's bad, but hopefully the product will get better. I hope, I don't know, but we'll see how it plays out. Let's see. Oh yeah, thank you, Secretary Black. Yes, you did. If I could take one, let's see. God, I'm so blind. If I could, let's see, one male and one female as WWE superstar and have 1 year to build them up to the championship, which 2 superstars would I pick? Okay. Honestly, as far as the female side of things, I would, looking at everybody they have right now, and again, I don't want them to take this long at this point, because she, I think, is at that point where she needs to be champion sooner than later. But if they're going to go the route of taking that time, Liv Morgan, I think she has a great look. She always has had a great look. And the fans love her. So I think she's great. There's a little bit of hint of it last night on Raw, so we'll see. Male side, I mean, there's so many people that could be WWE champion, Universal champion, whatever you want to call it, whichever brand, NXT champion even, that they could, nurture and mold and, keep that program going for the year. Off the top of my head, I mean, I don't know how much longer he's got, left in the career as far as lengthwise. Cesaro, I mean, he is for my one of the top people that's not been WWE or Universal Champion yet, or World Heavyweight Champion when that title was still active. Cesaro is always one of my go-to answers on that. I mean, Braun Breaker, we talked about him at the very top of the show. Braun Breaker in a year's time could be up there for, be called to the main roster and be contending for the WWE or Universal Championship. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I don't think it should happen right away. A year might be a long time for the current wrestling fan, but I'd be okay with a solid, steady build toward, Braun Breaker being a champion. So yeah, Braun Breaker and Cesaro are my answers. And then I said, you only said one. And then Liv Morgan, definitely. Mandy or Sonya too would be great. I know Mandy's the next champion right now, but as far as the main roster, and you know what? Shayna Baszler, for crying out loud. Shayna Baszler needs to be Raw or SmackDown champion. Like now, it's bullshit that she's not been champion yet on the main roster. It's awful. There you go. Do you think Jericho needs female members in the feud with America's Top Team? It really depends if they keep Paige Van Zandt involved in the story, and if they keep if they keep adding members. I don't see why not, but it really depends where they go with the story, and if they keep going the way they're going, then maybe. The Usos Brotherhood, and I forgot his name on NXT. I'm so sorry. Again, there's another guy who, if they keep him nurtured right, he'll be a solid champion. He's a badass dude right now, and I don't want them to call him up too early, because I think that's just reactive booking rather than proactive booking. But he's good, and he's only going to get better. He's been good for a long time. That's why they signed him. They took a while to sign him because he was doing what he was doing on the indies, but he's going to be a player. I guarantee it. All right, Matt, I'm good. Good to see you, brother. I know we saw you briefly yesterday during Renegades Recap, and you said hit the like button, which we greatly appreciate. I mean, down the line, if the bloodline lasts long enough where he's called up by that point, absolutely. The bloodline should be the Anawahis. Absolutely. No doubt about it. All right. I want to run this really quick because I'm very happy about this. And I don't think the NotiQ audience knows this yet. So I'm very happy about that. And you guys put up with my Disney dorkism, so I'm sorry in advance. But there has been a change in the and yes, Naomi should join the bloodline. Absolutely, been saying it. Good job, Caleb. I agree. All right, so I'm happy about this. And I've been saying for a while that I get to go to Disneyland in 2 weeks on the 18th, and there's been a change in that plan, just a little wrinkle, and this is what it is. Here we go. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. The question just got me. If I say Goofy, Donald's gonna kick my ass because he's crazy, right? I will say this: I've met the voice actor behind Goofy, Bill Farmer, wonderful guy. I've also met the current voice actor of Mickey, Brett Iwan, another wonderful human being who actually just got married recently. I've not met Tony yet, the one that voices Donald Duck. So my opinion is Donald Duck is more over because he's been a longer standing antagonist, yet lovable antagonist. So I will say the answer is Donald there. And JJ surprisingly saying Goofy. I know he has love for the Donald. So not the Donald. No, he has love for Donald Duck. So surprising you say Goofy, but again, you and I both met Bill. We love Bill Farmer. He's a wonderful cat. We love him. He's great. All right. So thoughts on WWE Survivor Series becoming Bragging Rights 2.0? Should they continue the Raw versus SmackDown gimmick or try something different like War Games or the Chamber? Again, I think the Chamber still has its own show, a pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken. So, and again, Caleb, I said before the break that Naomi should join the bloodline. Absolutely, 100%. She's not blood, but she definitely should definitely join the bloodline down the line. As far as Survivor Series, I mean, we've talked about this a few times over the years on various shows I've done. The Royal Rumble has stakes. The winners face the champions of WrestleMania. The King of the Ring had stakes. The last year they did a pay-per-view. The winner faced the champion at SummerSlam. If the winning side of Survivor Series, Raw or SmackDown, gets something out of it, like number 30 in the Rumble or whatever the case may be, then fine. I actually don't mind Survivor Series being a brand versus brand battle. I haven't minded that for a while. Because it gives Survivor Series more than just, it's another friggin' another pay-per-view. It actually has, some mystique to it, if you will. As far as War Games, as far as I know, War Games is remaining an NXT property, so I don't think it's going to happen. And like I said, the Chamber, I think, still has its own pay-per-views. So if when it did away with getting pay-per-views, which I'm okay with 100%, we've talked about that, then yes, Chamber can be part of Survivor Series, or Hell in a Cell can be part of whatever. So yes. All right, so JJ's going to argue with me on the Goofy and Donald thing. So here we go. This is why JJ. Oh boy, Talk Wrestling's going to talk about Disney. Cool. Goofy has had his own TV series, Goof Troop, and movies. Goofy Movie, Extremely Goofy Movie. Donald doesn't have that distinction. He appeared on DuckTales, but it wasn't his show. I realize that. So, my opinion, Donald's more over. I enjoy Donald Duck more than Goofy, and that's hard for me to say but then again, he's the only duck that resides in Anaheim that I can tolerate. And on that vein, would I rather go to a Raiders game or a Ducks game? Ducks game, 100%. I don't like the damn Ducks, but I will attend a hockey game over a football game any day. So there you go. You're welcome, Michael. I didn't realize I did that, but thank you. I'm glad. Oh, it was you were the Star Wars question. Okay, well, cool. There you go. Yeah, Goofy playing hockey is an hysterical cartoon. I'm so glad about that, Joy. That is a great short. 100%. Yeah. You know, it's funny. We actually, No DQ got called out for not crediting the Twitter handle of the Angle podcast. And we got shit for it. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, Greg, I have to credit Greg Sherry for this. Thank you so much. I interviewed Kate Hanslet from Fightful.com on the Jericho Cruise a little over a week ago, and I backlit it like crap because we had the ocean and the sun behind us in the shot instead of didn't light it properly, didn't listen to what you need in film school. He cleaned it up. It's definitely much more passable than it was when I shot it. The audio is what it is. I mean, Kate is a wonderful lady. She's great to look at, obviously, and she's got a great mind for the business. Me, I just talk a lot, and I did this, so you don't have to see my stupid face. But it was a fun interview. It took the weekend to figure it out because we were both so busy the first 3 days of the cruise, especially with the COVID testing the first day. Good Lord. But so I enjoyed doing the interview. That's going to be fun. That's up already, ready to premiere Thursday. And like I said, we have Renegades review on Friday, 6 o'clock for JJ, 7 o'clock for my replay. That's uploaded, ready to go. All I've got Greg Sherry live tomorrow, the Greg Sherry Show, which again, apparently we're going to talk about Alabama football because we talk about football on that show, and Bama just rolled up and whooped the hell out of I don't remember who it was now. They were commenting on Twitter. I forgot. I'm sorry, Greg. But it's going to be a fun first half of the Greg Sherry Show tomorrow talking about Bama. Interesting. Well, happy birthday, Caleb. I know the 14th is not too far off. So there you go. Have you already done a video? I have not done the ring. Okay, I was going to talk about Ring of Honor on this show. So thank you for reminding me, Secretary Black. We at No DQ, as far as the audio and video side of things, got started not too long. We got started the same year Ring of Honor debut, which was 2002. So it's almost been 20 years for them. Craig's gonna rant on effing college football. Wow. Okay. It's gonna be interesting. So Ring of Honor announced the other day that they're going to finish the year with Final Battle, which we are going to try to do a live watch along of with the Simple Man himself, Noah Foster, and his play-by-play co-host Casey. We're going to try to make that happen. I think. I don't know. We're working on it, and we're talking about it. And then they're going to hiatus for a quarter and come back in the spring. And they've released everybody. They've released all contracts. And a lot of us that have followed Ring of Honor, a lot of us that have followed the indies for the last 20 years are what the helling. Ring of Honor's had a tumultuous history, especially when it comes to the people running the show or, booking the territory, if you will. Rob Feinstein and the shenanigans he got into early on in the company's history. Marty more recently. It's been up and down for the company. I hope that the people everybody got their release. So hopefully they'll be able to get people back on contract and rebound from this, because Ring of Honor does not have the exposure that WWE or AEW do. They don't have the long-term contract with a nationwide network like Access for Impact. I know Access is what it is, and Impact Wrestling you guys think is what it is. I love Impact personally. I don't get to watch as much as I'd like to because I'm crazy ass busy Thursday nights for some reason, even though I don't have a live show right now. But Ring of Honor has a lot of wonderful, they released them, had a great roster set up, and they've had a lot of great people come through that company. So hopefully they will rebound and come back strong in the second quarter of 2022, and we get to see them do their thing. It's funny that you say that. And the reason I say it's funny to talk about is because I remember when the Feinstein scandal went down in 2004 and TNA pulled their talent from Ring of Honor, meaning they lost Daniels, they lost AJ Styles, they lost a lot of people. Joe eventually left Ring of Honor and went to TNA. So I'm not surprised that TNA / Impact Wrestling outlasts Ring of Honor, because much like WWE, as long as that financial backing is there and the TV deal's set in stone, they're good to go. Ring of Honor, owns their owner owns their TV. It's very much like WCW did, except I don't think Sinclair's actually booking like WCW had, whatever. So yeah, and again, Impact next year is 20 years in June. February, Ring of Honor is 20 years. Next year is my 20th anniversary with No DQ, 15 for Talk Wrestling. So it's 2022 is going to be a fun year. And you figure, Aaron and Caitlin on social media said that they're going to try to do the big, formal ceremony with, Best Man and everybody there in the spring of next year. So it's going to be a fun year with hopefully. If Dalton Castle signs with AEW, which I think I've heard that's going to happen, my goodness. Danielson and Dalton Castle is going to be fun. Joey Perez says, so now MLW will take Ring of Honor's place. Yeah, I mean, again, I need to watch MLW. People have been trying to sell me on that product for 2 years, and I really need to, more than that now. I need to get on that. So, JJ with a great question I'm actually going to end it with. So let me get that question off of there. I'm going to go ahead and run this little teaser for our buddy Ariel from Paradise Kitty. She's got a new single out. I'm going to run that bumper, and then we will be back to answer JJ's question and close this out.
Somebody turn on the lights. I'm slaying monsters tonight. Go get out of my sight. Oh, go hide under your bed. No shadows in my head. I'm slaying monsters tonight.
So there you go, from our buddy Ariel. Great song. I love it personally. Been listening to it a lot the last few days since we got back. I believe Ring of Honor is going to fail because Sinclair again. Yeah. Oh, but JJ, before I answer JJ's question, he's going to have a plug here. The next episode of Renegades Recap, which will be Monday the 29th at 6:30 Eastern, after Renegades reviews for that day, we'll be holding our very first opportunity drawing for a $5 super chat donation. During the course of that show, you will get one entry into the drawing. You can buy as many super entries as you want, $5 increments. So $10 gets you 2 entries, $15 gets you 3, etc. You can also, after you make your initial $5 super chat entry, join the Facebook super group, which I'm sure JJ will be more than happy to put up there for us. Limit 1 additional entry per person. Okay, well, there you go. On the Facebook group. So, anyway, so if you join the Facebook group that he's got set up, you can also get an entry after that initial $5 super chat / donation. He's got DVD / Blu-ray bundles, pretty much, is what we've got set up. And right now he's got 2 groups of 9. He's looking to get a third one. He may even get up to groups of 10. So that's where we're at there. The winner, and you've got Marvel movies, Disney movies, Star Trek movies, Star Wars movies, Tom Hanks movies, Ice Cube movies, and so much more. It's not just Dollar Tree stuff, kids. And the winner will be announced right here on Talk Wrestling, Tuesday night, November 30th, the last day of the month. We're going to close out strong. We're going to Polar Express on Renegades review that day, featuring me. And then we'll do Talk Wrestling, and we'll do Stop by Sports Bar as well. So it's going to be a huge day for all 3 channels that day. So stay tuned for that. We really do hope you guys participate and donate and join us later this month. It's going to be a joint drawing from myself, my network, and from the Casino Studio. So please come on over and join us for that. I'm going to let JJ answer that about which was better, 101 Dalmatians or Lady and the Tramp, after I answer his question, which came up and I love it. Do you think pro wrestling / sports entertainment needs to get back to long-term storytelling, or has that time sadly passed us by due to things being more geared to the younger audience? I love this question because it's so polarizing and there is no right or wrong answer, unfortunately. But I will definitely discuss it. Matter of fact, our buddy Kate, that we're going to interview Thursday, or I have interviewed, it's going to be up Thursday. She jokes about long-term storytelling in her Twitter thread and the podcast she does. It does. We definitely need to get back to long-term storytelling, in my personal opinion. But you're right. The younger audience is not geared to watching things develop over a year. And I will even say the Attitude Era was the start of that. Yes, we had Austin McMahon. Yes, we had NWO versus Sting. But other than those two major stories and the peripheral, and of course you had Dreamer versus Raven in ECW. Let's not even discount that 2-year awesomeness, right? But if you look at the other threads in the course of that roughly 6 years or so, not a whole lot of long-term stuff. And it's only gone farther downhill since then. So yes, we do need to get back to long-term storytelling, but no, and Taz and Sabu, thank you, Jay. Thank you for that also. That played out for well over a year. And it even continued on after Barely Legal because of Fonzie's turn. So, again, yes, long-term storytelling would be great to get back to, but no, we won't do it. And JJ says, for the record, Lady and Tramp is better. I'm a Dalmatians guy. I haven't seen Lady and Tramp a whole. I know it's like how do you not see it? I haven't watched a whole lot over my lifetime. I prefer 101 Dalmatians more. The Big Green or the Mighty Ducks? The Mighty Ducks. Oh my God, those movies are awesome. Even 3 is good for me. All right, guys. Thank you all very much. It's getting close to the bottom of the top of the next hour, 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock for you East Coast kids. So we're getting into prime time here on the West Coast. So I'm going to go watch the Braves, hopefully, and this damn thing, and the Major League Baseball season for the year. That we can talk about it on South by Sports Bar next week. In the meantime, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to check out Aaron reviewing Dynamite tomorrow. Don't forget to check out the Greg Sherry Show tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific. And for everybody at NoDQ.com, everybody at Castle Studios, everybody at the Chevy Network, thank you all very much and have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.